welcome back. You know, she was the first female prosecutor elected to protect Hamilton County, and now Connie Pillich is celebrating 100 days in office, joining me here in studio live to talk about it. And boy, things have been busy for you.
I feel like my hair's been on fire.
I bet.
For 100 days.
I want to get to some of those initiatives that you have already taken on. Let's first kind of address the critics. First female elected to the office, first Democrat in more than 92 years. Your critics were saying, she hasn't been in a courtroom in ages. And so what has the last 100 years been like? What would you say to those critics?
Or the last 100 days?
Or 100 years. 100 days, yeah.
First of all, I have a ton of trial experience, so I really wasn't worried about that, and continued in my life of public service, going toe-to-toe with many others. But look, this is a leadership position, first and foremost. The prosecutor's office has 200 employees. 80 of them are support staff, 120 are lawyers, and my job is to make sure that they have the skills and the tools that they need to be successful in court.
I know there was a lot of turnover, and that happens, of course, when you get a new prosecutor. Are we up to speed now?
We're very close, but we have a couple of vacancies here and there, but we can work around them while we look for good people.
I talked a little bit about there was no getting your feet wet really in this job. You know, within the first couple of months already, you've had to deal with 3 officer-involved shootings. What has that been like for you?
Well, it's very interesting, first of all, not having responded to a shooting scene in the past, but what I decided to do was train up 5 of my prosecutors, my senior level prosecutors, to be able to respond to these shootings. So in case somebody's absent, we have a trained person to go. And we go right where the shooting happened. We look at the evidence. In these cases, they were all outside on the street. We listen to the police investigator, interview the officers involved, and then we can go to the police station and we watch the more in-depth interview of all the witnesses. We get to look at all the other evidence, and I needed to look at the evidence, not just whether there was a shooting, but I watched the body cam to see what were the circumstances that led to it, and was non-lethal use of force applied at first, to make sure my job in that role is to determine if there might be criminal liability.
Our lead story tonight was about youth violence and another initiative with city leaders trying to make our streets safer. Just this past weekend, we had a shooting right near UC's campus. My son literally was in an apartment right near there. Wow. There are bars. It's a very busy area for those students. There is a big concern about youth violence. Does it concern you? The gunman, the suspected gunman in this case, was 15, and we're finding out, Karen Johnson will have more, may not have been, should have been on the streets to begin with. So does it concern you?
Oh, of course it concerns me. Now, we did see a spike in juvenile crime in 2022, according to the data from the Cincinnati Police Department, and then it started to go down. But I think what we're seeing now, as the weather gets better and more people are outside at different times of the day, what with the increasing access to all these illegal guns that are being trafficked into our nation, I think there's just such access. In addition, kids are struggling. They come from tough neighborhoods. Maybe there are drugs or alcohol issues in the family. Maybe their schools aren't helping them. There are lots of things that can cause a kid, I mean, children are very vulnerable, but to cause a teenager to go the wrong way.
But when you have a 15-year-old, 16-year-old who's a repeat offender, do we need to be tougher on those kids?
Of course we do. Look, my job is to keep our communities safe, not just by responding to these crimes and prosecuting them, but I also want to partner with the greater community to try to prevent these crimes from happening at all.
I know one of the biggest cases that you took on as soon as you got into office was the break-in at Joe Burrow's home, and it involved the Chilean gang. There, at the time during that news conference, I remember you saying that we think there are many more break-ins related. Why was that case a top priority, and is it still, with so many maybe possible connections to that case?
Well, it was a top priority. Every case is a top priority, but we don't hold a news conference for every single one. But because this was somebody, Joe Burrow is somebody we all know, it did bring a lot of attention to the seriousness of these South Americans who come up from Chile to break into people's houses. And they don't limit their targets to wealthy NFL players. They break into other houses, even in Hamilton County. But it also, why I wanted to have that press conference was to call to attention all the work that's been done with our South American Gang Theft Crime Unit, who've been tracking these thieves for months across state lines and across county lines, and it's really only because they've been working so hard and working together that we were able to get these guys in the first place.
One of the big stories that we covered last week, you know, there's been a lot of back and forth between our county commissioners and leadership within the Bengals, and my understanding is that you've tried to help kind of bridge that gap. Last week we found out that they're trying to work together to get state funding. Are you part of that initiative?
Well, my office is the lawyer for the commissioners. And like I said, I have 120 lawyers, so I have two of my most senior lawyers working on this, working on specifically on the Bengals and the banks. But to help us along, we did hire a national expert on stadium markets and stadium leases and stadium lease negotiations, who's going to be the lead negotiator on the
And
the
hopefully,
lease. Yeah.
hopefully can just bring everybody together
Yes.
and mediate it, right? Because I
Yes.
think most of us would agree we want our Bengals to stay put.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I guess lastly, you've been in office 100 days. What's your priority the next 100?
Well, I want to build upon the training program I created, because that's my military background. You got to train your people, and they need to learn how to do things correctly in the courtroom. I did just upgrade our parental leave, so it's a competitive leave package. We will be implementing a new technology upgrade in July. That's going to help us track evidence so it doesn't get lost, and so the defense counsel can't accuse us of hiding anything. And then we're going to, for a year and a half, we're going to be getting in a more impressive state-of-the-art case management system that will replace our 30-year-old system. It's an electronic case file, and what we have is just so woefully inadequate. So we're doing all these things. I'm really proud of the people that are working with me, and they're stepping up. They're taking responsibility. They're happy to have training. They desperately want technology, and we're trying to satisfy that need.
Well, I appreciate you. I know it's been a hectic last 100 days. I appreciate you taking time to sit down and come into our studio. Great to see you.
Thanks for having
All
me.
right, Connie Pillich, our Hamilton County prosecutor.